say hello. Just say hello. No, no, no. Not you. That's what it's doing. CD's skipping. This is like a brand new CD. I know. I know what you like. This isn't for your dining and dancing pleasure. Your dining and dancing pleasure. Let's see what this one is. I needed to get some more CD. I'm doing it.
This Art of Allowing workshop was recorded at Tampa.
Good morning. So back to the big picture. So we call this gathering the
Not what it was supposed to be. It says quiet times. It's emotion. It's supposed to be music. It's not music. I probably recorded over that with a show. I gotta get a CD that is of medium volume. Okay, testing. 2. Let's see if you hear my voice. Do you? You should be able to hear my voice pretty good. I don't have the glasses on. Testing sound. Okay. Thank you, my love. And I think Susan's watching right now. Hello, Susan. How are you? And Ozzy the Cuckoo. Hi, Ozzy. I got Ozzy. I had Crisco's Country Life here, and Susan, my sister, and Anne, my wife. She's cruising the boulevard with Sven. Sven. Are you sure your volume is up though, Susan? Because my volume is at 90% in the red right now. Cockatoo. Ozzy the Cuckoo. I'm sorry. Ozzy the Cockatoo. I'm so sorry. I just want to make sure that the sound is working properly. I've been working on this for a long time. Too low. And you sure, Susan, your phone volumes are up, right? I gotta move things around to be able to see where they are. Okay. Okay, testing 1, 2, 3, 4. How about that now? I don't have any music playing at this point. Okay, let's see. And the microphone. All right, how about now? Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 8:15 on a Tuesday evening at the Casa de Crazy here, and I finally got the DVD working. Brad, if you're listening, I finally got the DVD working. I had to reinstall the drivers. Hi, Dano. Dano, why don't you chat with me? Go on to chat. So if I hear it pretty loud on Ann's. So Susan, if it's too low for you, turn up your volumes because Ann's sounds very good. I can hear it all the way down the whole level. Hi, bro. And Ozzy. Where's Ozzy? The sound is working, but is the sound good, Ozzy? That's the most important part. Man, has this been a nightmare. This has been such a nightmare. Sounds good. Adventures with Dano. Dano, how are you? Dano, you posted your new, what is that, the Maya, the part 2 of the Maya. I didn't get to finish it all because I got a phone call, but I will later. That's really good, by the way, because I'm really into Mesoamerica. And I like the Mayan, I like the Aztec too. Maybe, I don't know if you have anything over there that has the Aztecs, but they're pretty cool too. They're not too far apart on the way that they think. The Aztecs had Quetzalcoatl, which was their god, and they had a calendar there. The Mayan calendar and the Aztec calendar were really similar. So somewhere along the line, they met. Somewhere along the line, they were together. Thank you, Dano. I appreciate that. You're coming along really good, by the way. Just want to compliment you on that. Excellent, excellent. You're changing. No, no problem, no problem. It You're changing and you're finding yourself. And what I had said to you before, and once again, I am no expert at this other than I know how to do video and I know how to do audio. Although you could not prove that by what I'm doing here today. It's this stupid computer. This is a new computer. And it's identical to the one that I have downstairs. It's a Lenovo ThinkStation, and I got another one, and they're identical. But this one is not identical for whatever reason. It has its own mind. It's not thinking at all, even though it's a ThinkStation. And oh, you think Marie? Yeah, okay. Susan's talking to you, Marie. Hi, Ann. I love you. That's my sister. Oh, wait, Susan. Wait till Sunday, Susan. I got some stories to tell. Aztecs taught boating, right? Yeah, they were really good at what they did. They were a fierce bunch of people. They were a fierce nation of people, I guess. But then again, as the Mayans and the Aztecs, they're all gone. And you had mentioned in your earlier video, video 1, there's no real reason that we know, and you would think that we would know what happened to them, but there is really no proof positive what happened to either cultures. And that's pretty interesting, that we just don't know. They didn't leave, like they didn't leave, turn the light off when you leave or something like that. They just were gone. And so, I don't know. I don't know exactly what happened, but it would be nice to find out. Because that's so interesting, so intriguing. And I just enjoy reading about that stuff all the time. And I don't have as much time to read as I did before, and I have all these books that I have taken out of storage and have purchased, and they're all here in the library, and I'm looking at them now, and I'm going, oh, I want that one, read that one, and that one. Hundreds of them. And I go, I need to read that, I need to read that. And it's like, when do I have time to sit down and read a book now? I don't. But it's okay, because it's a good thing right now. When things mellow, maybe the virus wiped them out. No, maybe they went socialist and they ate each other up. They ate their young. I felt like I knew more than the tour guide. Yeah, sometimes, Dano, they hire these people and they don't really do all their homework, and they hire them hoping that they'll learn about what they're selling there. Now that brings a whole nother story, something I did that I forgot all about that I did. Wow. I'll bring that up on Sunday. I used to give interpretive tours in the Withlacoochee State Forest. Yes, I was picking on you, Susan, because I have unlimited stories about you that you will be peppered with in all the Sunday shows. I think my sister's going to disown me after some of these stories. Jeff, she goes, Jeff. You can see that in the writing. Jeff. I don't have the camera on me. I have it facing the chair because I was really just testing all this equipment, and I just want to see if it's, The Lost City of Tikal. It's a good, excellent book. And there's many more books on Tikal. And if you get a chance, read about Quetzalcoatl, their god, and quite an interesting, crazy person. Susan, Dano. Well, I have to pick on Marie. She's my wife. Since we're chatting, I'll turn the camera around. I don't have any idea where it's going to be pointing, but I'm assuming it's going to be pointing in the right direction. I've got so much I want to do. So much. Oh, okay. Alright. Sit back down. I got my sweat clothes on. Let me change this over so you can see. And aren't the graphics cool? I got the intermission like you got the starting screen now, but I'm changing the screen to intermission. Hi, there's the intermission, and then of course there's we'll be right back soon. I'm working on all this stuff, and then I'll just come back to the camera. I'm trying to load the hotkeys, and the hotkeys are a little tricky because you have to make sure you don't use a key that you're using while you're typing, because otherwise it'll interfere with it. So in the middle of typing, all of a sudden one of these channels will pull up. Jess says, "Hi Jess, how are you? How are you?" Does she get into what you're talking about as well when you're going to the Maya exposition? It's always cool to go to those places. I like museums. So does Marie. We love museums. We like old places. That to us is a real thrill. Thank you. Thank you. I got more coming. What I wanted to do, I'm going to move the mic so I can sit back for a few minutes. I really want to. My back hurts because I've been working. We've been out videotaping all day today. That's all we've been doing, really, is just videotaping. But the mic is clear, right? And I know Marie was up here before, and she was sitting in her area, like right here, and the mic was at 85 to 88%. Mine's at 90 right now, so I'm happy. Stanley, it's like having a show. It's like doing the Sunday show, only we're doing it on Tuesday, and that's fine. That's fine. I'm here. Oh, if I don't reach my coffee, the show ends. There it is. Okay. Gotta have my coffee. I love coffee. And my sister says I drink way too much. You say hello to... Hey, Crisco's back. Crisco's Country Life. Crisco, I was bragging about you on Sunday. You have the funniest shout-out goat thing. If you get a chance when Crisco's on live... Crisco's Country Life. I laugh, Crisco. Every time you do it, I laugh. It doesn't matter how many times you do it. I love laughing at that silly goat. It's perfect. You could make sure you find more of them in case that one ever breaks. I don't know where you got it, but you need to get a box of them. Get a gross of them or something because you really need them. That's classic. Everyone, check out Crisco's Country Life. It's a good station. Crisco's a good guy, a really good guy. He's one of the early subscribers here on the station. And I keep when you hear me say station or broadcasting or live on the air, it's because I'm mixing in my head. I'm mixing radio with this medium that we're using, and I hope you don't mind that. It's stuck in my head. Oh, absolutely, Crisco. I love your shout-outs, and you do a good job of it. I don't want that music to start again. Well, I kicked it, and it went in. No. I don't want that. Finally, I got the... push that in. Okay, that's better. I've got it now where, when the stream is on, I could play music for you guys. So when you're waiting for the stream to come on live, I'll play music for you. Now, of course, I have to be careful with the music police, because you know how that is with YouTube. And no offense, YouTube, I love you guys very much, but you can't play music that's copywritten, and I own this music, so they can't charge me for it. Hello to Stanley. Yeah, I told Stanley, hello. Stanley, I want to see your truck soon. I really do. Oh, okay, and the rain came. You guys going to get a lot of rain? And of course, the cockatoo. And they got everyone's here. It's just. I love the shout-outs. Actually, got to film a TV dinner review tonight. What TV dinner are you doing? I was thinking of you today because I was on YouTube. What did I see that I said, oh, Crisco needs to know about this? And now I'll try to get it to come to me because it's definitely... the Milo. Was that it, honey? Milo coffee. It's Korean coffee. And I think you can find it in Walmart. It's in the section of all the Asian foods, the Mexican foods, and all the other... And it looked pretty good. It's a creamy, frothy coffee. And Sunday we'll be talking about something frothy, something funny and frothy. It's a Hungry Man Bowl. Never heard of it. And you had rain all day. Looking a little cloudy out here. It's hmm Korean coffee, and it's I'll send you the link. I'll send you the link. So Dano, you're gonna go the you're gonna do the Aztec stuff if you can. I really enjoy that, and I think other people do too. I really do. Jess, what do you think? Oh, I like it. I didn't even see how many hits you got on it because I really wasn't paying attention. I was too interested in the story. And I'll finish the rest of the video later on today. Or tonight, I should say, because it is nighttime. We didn't get back till, I think, 5:30, 6 o'clock. We were out all day videotaping. We did two videos. And I'm not done with one. I got to go back tomorrow and wrap it up. Anybody see Stanley Speed? I can't do much of anything until... What happened to your hand? I bought another truck. You bought another truck today and can't work on it. Did you hurt it while you were working on the truck? Hope you didn't hurt it. Stanley Speed's working on some interesting vehicles there, trucks. And if you get a chance, go to his site, go to his channel, and see what he's up to. Got to go feed them goats. Bye-bye, Crisco. Say hello to Bo and Mamie for me. And say hello to, oh, God. Your wife. Jeez. Crisco. I can't remember your wife's name. Oh, Vanessa. That's it. Vanessa, thank you. Oh, man, when I get tired. And Jessica, too. Jessica and Vanessa. Say hello to your wife, Vanessa, for me. Tell her thank you for listening. You don't have any of the Aztec stuff right now? Hope something. Yeah, because I think there's a market for it, Dano. No one else is doing that. What you're doing, no one else is doing, so you keep doing that stuff. What, honey? I said Vanessa. Oh, she's got headphones on. That's why I feel like I'm yelling to a deaf person. Her? You know, she does that, but she's deaf anyway. You were in an accident Friday. That's why you didn't make it to the rod run. It wasn't a bad one, I'm assuming, because you're at the keyboard right now. You're obviously chatting with us. But whatever it is, if you got cut up on the hand, make sure you get a tetanus shot. If any rust, you know that. Don't wait for the infection to set in. No. Where's Ozzy? I don't see Ozzy. Ozzy, where are you? Ozzy the cockatoo. Never had a cockatoo. I had a toucan. You know what a toucan is? You know the Fruit Loops? The Fruit Loops box of cereal? He's got the big old beak. I had one of those. He was injured, and when I was at Silver Springs, nobody wanted him, so I took him home. What was his name? Toucan Sam. Toucan Sam, that's who I am. I used to always call him Toucan Sam, that's who I am. And he was a great bird. He could catch a grape at 15 feet away. I'd throw a grape across the room and he would catch it every time, never miss a grape. He'd open that big old beak. He'd throw that thing in there. And bam, down with that grape would go. Amazing. I don't even have the key lighting on, so it looks a little washed out on this side. Oh, that's because of this. I'm reading. I'm trying to, not reading any books that I want to read. It's just reading technical stuff here so that I could make this thing sound better and look better. I had to reinstall the drivers. Brad, if you're out there, I had to reinstall the drivers. Finally got it to recognize the DVD, but it wouldn't allow me to do anything, so I uninstalled everything, reinstalled it, found the proper drivers, put them in. Now the DVD works, the microphone works, and I want to thank Brad very much because he helped me. He answered a lot of questions for me. So Brad, if you're out there, thank you. You were very kind to help me out. And it seemed, and I've turned this thing on now 4 or 5 times, and it's exactly, the levels are exactly where I want them to be. And that was really aggravating me a lot. You don't know. He woke up in the middle of the night going, well, if I do this and I uninstall that, I put that in there, and I get a hold of the manufacturer, and I'm going on and on in my sleep doing this stuff. I'm a Fruit Loop, Susan. No, 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 no. You look in the mirror and you'll see who the Fruit Loop is. My sister, right, Dano? My sister's crazy. Oh, I have stories. I have stories. Our family was a strange family indeed. Wrecked your 79 Trans Am. Almost cut your finger off. Stitches. Broke a pinky finger. Cut on my hand and face. Oh, your head and face. And using talk to text. Oh, talk to text. You know, I like that. How accurate is your talk to text? I'd love to be able to do that. That would be so cool. Things have gotten so different. I remember using what was it called, Dragon something, and that was Dragon. So it was a voice to text speech thing, and it would get all the words wrong, it'd get all the punctuation wrong, so you had to go back and redo it anyway. So it was like this. They hadn't figured it out yet, but that's years and years ago. I don't know. Oh, too bad Chris goes in here. I wanted to tell him about these. See these cups? And you see me with them all the time. I have different colors. These come in different. This is from Dollar Tree. And they're plastic. They're double insulated. And the best part of all is they unscrew. Can you see that? They screw down into the cup. Now you can use it for cold or hot. And they're only $1. And they're double insulated. And I've had these for months, and nothing ever happens to them. You throw them in the dishwasher, and they're perfect. And the best part is it's like a Starbucks cup, but it's solid. It's not cardboard, and it screws so that the stuff doesn't fall out. And it's got the little hole, the little obligatory holes that you need for the air and for the drinking, and they're solid and $1. So I bought a whole bunch of them, all different colors and stuff. And they're there now. If you got a Dollar Tree near you, stock up on these things. These are great because when they spill, they don't. All the stuff doesn't come guggling out. Your talk, is that the one that came with Windows? I never tried the one. Oh, Stanley, glad you weren't hurt. Yeah, I really, Stanley. How did that happen? Now, 79 Trans Am, I know it's got a big ass engine in it, and I know, and it's light in the rear, so I know that thing can spin real quick. And is that what happened? Tell the truth. The truth will set you free, and I'll know the truth. Oh, they're great. Yeah, these. I'm always looking for something new and fun. And when I came across it, because I always have coffee in the car. Marie does too, but she's not like me. She doesn't drink coffee all the time like me. But I always have it, and I was always spilling it. I tried the cardboard cups, and there were other cheapo plastic ones. But then when I found these, and I just stumbled on these once. They weren't like on the front top shelf. They were buried behind something. And what the heck's that? And I looked at it, and I go, okay, it's plastic. And I go, there's a beginning right there. And I look at it, it's double insulated, and I said, screw top? I said, sold. So I grabbed them all off the shelf. I just grabbed them all, threw them in the basket. I wasn't even going to think about it twice because I never saw them before and haven't looked for them since, but I'm assuming they're there, but I don't know. I'm happy. So, Stanley, did you ruin the Trans Am? Google just doesn't like you? It's something personal, Dano? It doesn't like your attitude or something? I don't know. I haven't played with the text on this. Are you guys using Windows 10? I'm not happy with it. I'm not impressed with Windows 10 at all. It's very glitchy. I should have just kept it at, I think it was 8. Should have just left it there. It was either 7 or 8. But whatever it was fine. It was working. And then when I got this computer, the guy goes, it'd be better if you upgraded to 10. And as soon as I did that, everything went south fast. I had to reinstall so much stuff. Didn't recognize. I didn't understand this. All I did was install it, upgrade it from an already existing Windows, which means I'm already in it. And it says, we don't recognize you. We don't know. What is your name? And I'm giving them this. What is your phone number? And I gave them that. This is the wrong phone number. Then I did it again. It says, this one already exists. I go, I know, Sherlock. I know it exists. I'm here. I'm upgrading. I'm not a new customer. I'm upgrading. And I had to go through so much. Finally, after a lot of yelling and screaming and threatening to throw it off the deck, it finally gave in to me. No, you can't be a buck. It's a buck, and it's lasted for honey, what? Maybe 6 months we've had these. I just got headphones on. 5-6 months I've had these, and they never wear out. You clean them up, you throw them in the dishwasher, you wash them by hand, doesn't matter. And the screw comes, it stays on, it doesn't loosen up, and I love it. I mean, I just have them all around all the time. 7 was great. Yes, 7 was very reliable and stable. 10, the thing I fear the most, Dana, was if I uninstall 10, I'm going to lose everything I did, and I'll have to reinstall everything for 7. And sometimes, I had found this earlier, Windows doesn't like when you uninstall the newer version. They don't like you going back to the old version. That's because they're more invasive on 10. I never upgrade the stuff that 10 wants me to do. I can see the icon, but I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called Edge. Let me see. Edge. I don't want that. Really invasive. Really invasive. And it asked a lot of questions like, we want to access your camera, your microphone, your private data, your history, and all this other stuff. And I said, no, I denied everything. And that's funny, because after I denied everything, that's when it said, we don't recognize you. I think there's a guy there going, some little dweeb, some pencil neck dweeb, and he's... And he's going, these people think they're so hot, watch, I'm going to deny them. I always think there's somebody there, which, it's all a machine. Everything is a machine. It's that one-eyed machine that's staring at you all the time. Yeah, 7 was excellent. Should have kept with 7. Susan, what were you upset about? You just have to speak up. This says, thanks. I'm sorry, Stanley. So he's upset about the whole thing. I don't know, Stanley, how bad was the car? How bad was your Trans Am? Because those are nice cars. I can understand some of the fixer-uppers you get to redo, but a Trans Am, they're expensive to redo. Dano, what program are you using for your editing? I got such a mess up here. I really got to straighten it up. I got this little area. You can't really see it, but it's really messy here. You're on your way to the rod run. Now, I remember you were telling you're on your way. I was waiting for you when someone was on the side of the road and stopped or ran off the road. Oh, my God. Went through a tree and ended up in a ditch. And that car's a low rider. Car needs a hood, nose, and a windshield. Yeah. If you could have limped along and made it to the rod run, you could have put a for sale sign on it. A blood-soaked for sale sign with your hand dripping blood, for sale, cheap. And you could have made enough money to go buy one of the other ones that were there. I don't mean to make fun of your mishaps, but remember, I have a sarcastic sense of humor, and oh my God, Stanley, my sister. Yeah. Yeah, that's too bad. You were trying to help somebody and you wind up skidding into a tree. Not good. Not good. Oh, God. It's scuffed and scraped pretty bad. I bet it is. Can't fix it on a pretty... Oh, man. I can understand. You could use it for parts. There's always good parts on those cars, and some of them you can't replace sometimes, or they're really, really difficult to find. You know that. Dano says, I don't ever use Edge. No, I don't want to. They just, no, they just admitted too much information given. Larry, hi Larry. Look at that. He just popped up on my screen. Hi y'all. Good. Thank you for joining. This isn't the Sunday. Thank you. It's nice that you guys are watching. It's a good thing I don't jump in front of the camera in my underwear or something like that. That would be sad. Not a sight to see. Without clothes on, I'm so hairy you won't know if I'm coming or going. You go, is he entering the room or is he leaving the room? I don't know, because basically I have to pull my hair away from my face because I'm basically like a Yeti. And is Jeff leaving the room or is he coming in? I don't know. Oh, God. I wish there was something, Dano, that I really don't like 10, and as glitchy as it is, and I was looking on YouTube, and everybody is complaining. Anybody who's got 10 is they all saying, you think they'd get it right after all these years of doing Windows, but I think they do it on purpose. I think so that you keep digging and looking for stuff, and they keep getting more information from you because they keep asking questions. Every time you go somewhere, they want to know something else. And it's like, this whole Big Brother thing, it's not what I like. Not at all. Yeah, Yeti. Sasquatch. Oh, my goodness. In fact, I'm never going to cut my hair or my body hair again. I'm going to grow it all over and knit my whole thing into a sport coat. I'm going to knit my hair and my body hair into a beautiful, fashionable sport coat. Oh, God. It's hell being me. Yeah. Today was a fun day. Marie and I went out. We did a lot of stuff. Like I said, we got 2 new videos. Did anybody see the Ridge video? I do that all the time. I'll start a sentence. Have you ever noticed that? You know what I mean? Just like that. I start a sentence and I go somewhere else because my mind is always just so much faster than my mouth. Yes, my wife Marie's there for gauging me, keep me in check. Anybody see the Ridge video? I spent a lot of time on that video. Adventures with Dano. If you have 10, you want to make sure that you're out of safe mode. Yes. Yeah, safe mode is Big Brother. Yeah, as soon as you put it in safe mode, they got you. They got all your information and stuff. So never. And sometimes, Dano, correct me if I'm wrong. They recommend, should we go into safe mode? And they make it look so benign. Oh, should we help you, Jeff? No, don't. It's a sheep in wolves' clothing. Never trust these guys. Watch this. This system's going to go down in 2 seconds. Everything's going to shut off, right? Because they're listening. They're always listening. I can't type fast. No, neither. I'm not a really good typer at all. Not at all. I'm fast with 2 fingers, but that's it. I can't type like I took typing in school, but I never did. I was always fumbling. Didn't work. Who's the nut in the family? Not me. Oh, nay, say I. No, not me at all. I'm a clown, but I like to laugh. I mean, life is too short to be bitching and moaning. I saved that for Sunday. The whining for Sunday. No, I don't complain too much, do I? I don't think so. I'm not. What's this on my? This is Stanley. Once my head and hand are healed, I need to expand that screen just a little bit more and have a better attitude. I could understand you need an attitude adjustment. I'm thinking possibly a Thorazine Big Gulp. 64 ounces of Thorazine and Coca-Cola, and you won't give a crap about anything. You'll just, come on, bring on the accidents. Do you remember those 64 ounce? I don't think they even have them anymore because it's like politically incorrect to be walking around with a thunder mug. It looks like a coffee pot. I had one, so I know it looked just like a coffee pot full of soda. That's when I used to drink soda. Call it a thunder mug. Oh my goodness. Filled with Thorazine and Coca-Cola. Yeah. Yeah, I could imagine. Adventures of Dano. Absolutely. Complain all the time, but no one listens. It doesn't really matter. You know, Marie just puts the headphones on and walks away. Her and Sven. Sven. Oh, goodness. Susan, I did tell you we're changing the name of the station, right? Big gulps. Yep. Changing the name of the station. It's not going to be Vacation Station TV anymore. It will be Separation Station TV. Yes. Your virtual divorce TV station. And your new hosts will be Sven and Marie. So Dana, you don't. Oh wait, I'm missing this. Pigeon Forge October. Oh wait, don't go. Once the hands been healed. Pigeon Forge October 17th. Pontiacs and Pigeon Forge show. You're going to stay in Pigeon Forge. Why don't you take an Uber, Stanley? Forget about driving. It doesn't seem to be your forte. I'm thinking maybe an Uber would probably be the best thing for you. Sir, bring me to Pigeon Forge immediately, if not sooner. That'd probably be the best thing. And then you could take the trolley. Stanley, you could take the Good Time Charlie trolley, and you could travel in luxury. Have you ever taken one? They're okay to take. I mean, if you don't want to get caught in the crazy jam, the nonsense, you could take the trolley, and it really does stop everywhere. I mean, sometimes too much. It's like every 10 feet it's stopping to pick somebody up. But at least you'll get to where you're going, and you won't have to drive. And you weren't there. The traffic was really, really bad, Stanley. Worse than any other traffic in the 5 years that we've been here. It was just all the looky-loos in all 3 lanes. It was just stopped. And I'm glad that I do the alleyways. And if you ever need that, any of you guys come up here and you need to know the alleyways, just ask me, or I'll even meet you. I'll meet you where I start out, and I'll show you how to get. I can get from pretty much from the beginning of Pigeon Forge out of Sevierville, or I can even take it from Sevierville, all the little back alleyways and little roads, and some of them are a little twisty turning and stuff, but I can get you to the end of Pigeon Forge, where the beginning of Gatlinburg gets, without you ever touching the highway. I was going to do a video on that, but it's really complicated. It's too complicated for the video, I think, because it's a lot of this and that, this and that, this and that. But once I show you, you'd get it in your head, and you wouldn't have any problem with that. It's really simple, and not many people know about it. So and I don't tell a lot of people about it. Just, of course, my family. I do it for the children. Blah. Take the trolley. Yeah, take the trolley. It's not that bad. We've taken it a few times. It's a little crowded, but it's all right. Just for the fun of it, it's worth just seeing how it is and stuff. It's just like anything. Like when you go to New York City, you got to take a cab, and then you got to take a bus, and then you got to take the subway just to see how it is. I used to take the subway all the time, and that was a nightmare. Oh, I didn't like it. Got me to work, got me exactly where I needed to go to work, and the subways are a very intricate system, but it dropped me off at Penn Station every day, and that's where I work. Upside, I go up from the subway into the Penn Station, go across the street to the Statler Hilton Hotel, and that's where I did shows up there. And it was easy. I just got on in Long Island, and Susan, you know this one. It's in Deer Park, and I get on the subway. Take it right into New York City to the Statler Hilton, go up the escalator to the top, go out the front, and there right across the street is the Statler Hilton. And so I didn't have to do much. So it saved me an hour and a half, 2 hours of driving. Only takes 35 minutes by train, but it takes 2.5 hours to drive there, and then find a parking spot at $10 a day to park your car. That adds up quick. Stanley, what he says, I've been going to Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg for 31 years. I never rode a... Really? Never rode a trolley or been to Dollywood? What, are you chained to a pipe? Somebody chains you up at night? I've done everything else, though. I've done but the trolley in Dollywood. Dollywood is a great place for people who have never been here before. It's fun, and there's a lot to look at and do. But and we've had year passes for several years, but every time we go less and less and less, because after a while it's just like Disney. I've been to Disney. I'm taking a guess 30 or more times, because when I was in radio, they used to send us there twice a year. They'd have media day, and that's where all the TV and radio personalities would get together. And it was, in those days, it was free. You would drive there. You'd get in the mail your media credentials, and you'd have everything was taken care of. Your hotel, everything was taken care of. All the buffets, the drinks, and all that stuff. And it was just media people. It was just people you hear, see, and in the parks. Who? Dano likes it. Well, yeah. Dollywood is good, but it's just Dano, don't you get tired of all the people sometimes? It gets so crowded in there, because the rides, there's a long, long line, and the food is okay. It's all right. I usually don't eat the carny food type stuff because it's just not healthy for me, and I'm always careful about what we eat. And we're going to talk about that Sunday. We're going to talk about Sunday about Marie's healthy new kick she's on that by proxy I'm part of. So we'll talk about that. Okay, I'm going to save it up for Sunday because we'll have a lot of people, and I want you guys are getting, this is just a weird thing that I went on just to do a test. I just was, and it even says on the, if you look at the screen there, testing audio and testing video. I was just going on to just see what's. We got a bunch of people watching. Oh, okay, that means the copycats are watching. I know. Shh, don't tell them. Dano, don't be surprised if you start getting the hits. They're starting to go up. People are going to start wondering what you're doing, and they're going to just start trying to steal your thunder, by the way. Let me see what else is here. Adventures with Dano. We're going to Disney World in December. Good time to go. Excellent time to go. Yes. December is good. Now, there'll be a lot of people there, but it's still cool. It's good there. That's a good. Never, ever, ever go June, July, August, or even September to Disney World. You will die 1,000 deaths. Because even though they have the place air conditioned, they're blowing cold air. It doesn't really matter. It's just too humid. It's not cool. Just stay out of there. Even though you get they'll give you great hotel rates, great ticket rates, and all that. Don't. You'll be sad. I'm sure of it. Don't talk about me. Why shouldn't I talk about you, honey? She's on here too. And she's just down on she's on the second level now. My pregame. Yeah, thank you, Dano. It's my pregame for Sunday. Crisco was on before. He was the first one on. I'm there. I'm listening to the music. I want to make sure I have a good level because I want to play. I want to start the stream an hour or maybe a little bit more before the show, and I want to play you some good music, and I wanted to make sure it was crystal clear so that you would enjoy the music, because I have a lot of music that I own that nobody else, especially my copycats, they can't get it. They'll try to, but they don't own it. I do. So, what's that? Oh, there's Ozzy. Ozzy the Cockatoo. Check out Ozzy's channel. He's South Carolina. Ozzy. He's so cute. I really like him. I can't show you the scar. It wouldn't be proper. But I got bit by a macaw. I used to help raise macaws. I have all these stories that I will share with you over time. of all the crazy things I have done in my life, and every one of them is documented, and I will attest to it with pictures, all right? Because you know there's a lot of BSers out there. Yeah, I sailed the ocean by myself and found myself in an inner tube in the Straits of Hormuz one day being fired on by pirates. You know, there's always one of those idiots. No. What I tell you is the truth, and I can back it up with pictures. So I want to share this with you because I've never shared this with anybody. Isn't that weird? Only Marie knows what my past is, and all the crazy. I'm sorry. No, she says I should keep this all private. But before I die, I want people to kind of know so that there's some legacy left behind. I mean, say hi to Jessica. Hi, Jessica. Hi, Marie. Hi, Dano. See that? We're all buds now. We're all besties. I like that. Ozzy the Cock. Check out the channel. Susan Larber. Ann, what are you doing? She's going through brochures right now. Keep the past. My wife. Honey, they can all read that. You do know that, don't you? Keep the... No, my past is colorful. I'm not talking about the crazy stuff that only you know about. No, I won't share some stuff. Sorry. There's just some things that I'm not willing to share. It's just not entertaining for you guys. Entertaining for me, but not for you. Adventures with Dana. She says hello. Very good. Very good. What's everyone doing right now? It's Tuesday night at I can't tell the time. I have no clue what time it is. That clock is way too small for me to read. I know they have a feature in Windows that you can increase. It's called crotchety old video viewing. Who? Oh, Alton. When did you pop up there? Alton Mitchell. What a great name. I love that name, Alton Mitchell. That's a great book writing name. Alton Mitchell. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Use Chromebook for internet, but it will not do everything. No, I've never tried. The test and stuff look good. How do you like Chromebook? I'm so afraid of Google and Chrome and all this crazy stuff because I know what they're up to, and I think all of you know what they're up to, and it's not good. It's nothing that you want to really be part of. Realism makes a great yeah. You just want to know the dirt. That's all. You just want to know the crazy stories. There's just some stuff that I just can't. Some of it is really just no. I'll give you all the funny stuff because I've got a buttload of funny stories, things that have happened to me over the years that I love sharing, and I've never shared them with really anybody but Marie, and I think my family knows a lot of it because they're my family, but you guys, I enjoy it, and it's not, please don't think it's bragging or anything, because it isn't. I just like sharing them with you because I've kept them inside for so many years, and it would be a cleansing, a cleansing for me to get some of this stuff out, because some of them are really fun. Just crazy stuff that's happened to me and my family and friends, and they're good stories. They're not boring. I promise I won't bore you. So if I get boring, just click out. That's all you got to do, and I'll get the hint. As the screen gets lesser and lesser, I go, ooh, that story was no good. Let's see. What am I? I threw my Chromebook. Dano says he threw his Chromebook out the window. Got it. Alton, do you have a channel? Let us know what it is. And probably, more important, have you subscribed? Anybody out there that hasn't subscribed, you really need to, because of what's going to be going on shortly. Okay? And you got to be subscribed in order to be part of it. So if you want to get in on the action, subscribe. And of course, if you like it, hit the like button and also comment. I still didn't get any comments. Did anybody see the Ridge? That bothers me, even though we've got a lot of hits. Anybody see the new video that I put out on the Ridge Outdoor Resort? It's a very cool place. Very cool place. if you have any friends that are coming up and they have an RV, or they even want to spend a night in a tent, a really cool tent, this is the place to go. Thank you, Dano. I appreciate it. It's just us. I don't. I'm sitting here in my sweat clothes, and I was doing tech work, and then all you guys popped up. Thank you. There's no preparation here. I never script myself. I never scripted myself in radio. Never scripted myself when I was doing TV. Never, because then it wouldn't be me. And God gave me this gift to be a clown, and I've used it. Now, of course, when I was in school, that wasn't to my advantage. The class clown, always, man, I got sent to the office more times than I could remember. Like blowing up mailboxes. Yes, Susan, like blowing up mailboxes when I was a kid. That's, of course, you're sharing that with probably 20 million people across the world. When I was like 8 or 10, that was the thing to do in our neighborhood. We would M80 the mailboxes, or a lot of times I put a dead possum. I would tie it to the inside handle. To the mailboxes open up. I would tie a string loosely, put a dead possum there, because I find street pizza on the road all the time, and push it in, and then when you close the door, you could pull the string to snug it up, and you can feel when the possum was close to the door, and then you wrap the string around the lower part, so when the person pulled the door open, it would throw the possum at him. Oh, laugh, laugh, laugh. I almost went to Ethiopia. Unbelievable. Oh, Susan, you saw the ridge. Ozzy, you saw it too, the ridge look. It is amazing. Ozzy, it is amazing. A really cool place. You did, Alton. Thank you. Alton, all right, put Alton on the list. He's a subscriber. Alton Mitchell. Huh? Mr. Green. Where did Mr. Green go? I don't know. I must have missed it. Oh, Mr. Green. Oh, Mr. Green too. Yes. Oh, the neighbor. Yeah, I tormented the neighbors. I was good for that. I was always good. I hung around with a really strange crowd. Really strange crowd. But I was a kid. What can I say? I was a kid. I was always a rebel, and I was always in trouble. Always in trouble. If only thank God that they're gone, but thank God they're gone, because I don't have to admit to them anything now. I don't have when and if I get to heaven, if that happens. But as a precaution, I have an asbestos money belt that I'm taking with me in case I go that way. I got an asbestos money belt, and I'm taking it with me. All my money. God, Mr. Green. Yeah, Susan, you had to bring back those painful memories. All those crazy things. Man, that neighborhood really was glad when I moved out, I'm sure. I'm sure they did. Remember me, Bob Twittick, Joe Patabianco, I think he passed on. I can't remember all the other. We used to terrorize them on our motorbikes. We used to build motorbikes. We would take old lawnmowers, the old style lawnmowers that we would pull start, not the flat ones, but the older style ones, because I'm much older. And we would make mini bikes out of them and never put mufflers on them. So there'd be 6 or 7 of us. I can't remember the names of the other guys. And we would race up and down the street with these absolutely supersonic mini bikes that just irritated the crap out of everybody. And we do that all day long. That was just normal for me. Enjoyed the Trump store, Alton? Wasn't that neat? Wasn't that something? That was just a fluke that Marie and I found that. We were there to do the rod run, and she turned around. She goes, "There's a Trump store." And I go, "My God, there's a Trump store. Let's do a video." No one else has done that. No one. I mean, not in our little area. I don't know about others, but we're the only ones who did the Trump store, which I'm happy. As you know, we like to do stuff that's different. I don't want to, and Dano, thank God you're not falling into that rut. Same thing with Crisco, and who else am I? Hey, Brad. There you are. I was thinking about you all day, and I did email you, as you know. I'm assuming now, of course, Brad, I need your expertise. Does the microphone sound crystal clear or better than it did the other day? And by the way, Marie can sit right here, and the microphone is at 85 to 88%. And it appears clear because I had the phone to my ear, and it's coming through. Yeah, like the Trump store was really good. Oh, I can't wait to hear Brad's response on this because I trust him so much. Oh, God. And Brad, I got the DVD working finally. I finally found it. I had to go digging deep because remember, I went to Device Manager and I couldn't find it on the screen. And normally your devices are in there. So I started looking further and I finally found it, but it was in one of the files as kind of like just sitting there. Sounds good. Thank you, Brad. And I found it, and then I noticed that when I right-clicked and went to Properties, it said it was not active, and I go So I went back. I got the model. I got the drivers. I uninstalled everything, reinstalled, and then bam, everything's working. So the mic works, the DVD works. I'm waiting for what other stupidness is going to go wrong. I think my machine is haunted. It needs an exercise. That's right. And I don't mean going out for a walk. It needs an exorcism and some holy water thrown on it, maybe some chicken feathers or, I don't know, something. But I think it's possessed. I think it's possessed. Cool store. Yeah, it is. A little bit. I have, being that the DVD is now working, I needed to reload my editing program in this machine. I have the editing program I use is downstairs in my studio there, and I wanted it up here so that I don't have to keep moving stuff over via jump drive or a little SD card or whatever. I want to just do the editing I need for the live show up here so that I don't have to go anywhere. So once I get that done, I'll then re-download StreamYards. I have it in the machine. I didn't uninstall it. Do you think, Brad, I should uninstall it and reinstall it, being I put the drivers in? Not that they really have anything to do with each other, but I'm wondering, and I did update, that's what brought me to this whole conversation. I did update Windows 10, and that was screwy for a while because it was like denying who I was. It was making me go through a personality change because it was telling me I'm not who I am, and I finally got around it, but it was a pain, and I'm wondering how much, if I did any damage to the programs, and you being an IT guy, you could at least tell me, should I uninstall it or reinstall it, and will it hurt anything? Will it cause my DVD to stop working and my microphone to stop working? Oh, God, I've had 6 aneurysms over this thing. But I want to do StreamYards. It looks interesting. Tell me something, Brad. I just want to get through it here. There was a huge Trump rally. Yeah, there was. I wouldn't mind going to one of those. Brad, on StreamYards, and I think Dano's using that, it has multiple screens. How much of my... yeah, I'm just talking to him, just get a brief... I don't want too much technical stuff over here. How much of my internet will it use per screen? Will it gobble up a lot of the data going back and forth? And if so, what do I have to do to rectify? Because there is not fiber optics up here. Is there a way to do that? Or I just have to kind of live with it? That's the only question I'll ask you technically, okay? Other than that, thank you for helping me in every way that you have. I can't thank you enough. Dan the Mountain Man uses it on his lives. Yeah, but is he running? Is he running off of fiber optics, or is he running off a copper cable like that's coming into this place? And I've argued with Comcast, and they made it pretty clear where we are. There's nobody here. There's very few people, and they don't see the profit in running a fiber optics cable 2 miles up a mountain for the few people that are up here. Yeah, I think they process that on the StreamYard site. Okay, I will give it a shot. I hope it works out. I would love to have all these people that are on here, including yourself, on the screen with me. So it'd be a little more personal, because I'm the only one on the screen, and that sucks. I'd like to see all your faces. I'd like, to me, it'd be more of an atmosphere for having a good conversation. Why? What did I miss? Okay, I'm sorry. Let me go back here. I had Ozzy. I had my picture made with Trump cut out at the store. How'd you do that? Oh, that's neat. I didn't think of doing that. I'm check. I'm not being rude. I'm just checking the verbiage here. Huge Trump rally. There's going to be a lot of huge Trump rallies going on. I think the silent majority has finally realized they better get off their ass and they better get out and do something, or we're going to be all wearing gray uniforms in a very short amount of time. I like the idea, Brad, that you tell me that they process on the StreamYard. I appreciate that. And you don't think it'll make much of a internet connection problem? That was my real main concern, because if I have too many devices in the house going, it buffers. I mean, I've got my security system on the internet as well, because I've got cameras all around the house, outside, inside, everywhere, and it eats up a lot of the internet, because it goes right up to the cloud. I have it where the camera is directly to the cloud, just in case. That's just the way it is. Call me paranoid. I don't know. No, there isn't. It's just Comcast. What do you have, Dano? You got Spectrum? All they have is Comcast here. No competition whatsoever. And I'm all for healthy competition, because it keeps the prices down. It drives the price, and that's important, because then once there's competition, they're fighting for every dollar they can. So if there's somebody out there that is looking, because this is a really booming area, and I would think there'd be more than one internet provider out here. I know Knoxville, they have several, and if you go to some of the other towns, there's several, but here in Sevier County, there's just not much, because it was a sleepy little town 10, 15 years ago. There was nothing here. So maybe in the future, maybe. Hopefully before I die. That'd be nice. There's Brad. I think all the video processing on the StreamYard shouldn't be bandwidth dependent. Yeah, I hope not. I hope not, because the bandwidth already here sucks. It really does. I'm not used to that, because back in Florida, everything was fiber optic, so you can run 20, 30 different devices, and it didn't slow it down. Here, it just, you have one phone on too much, and that's it. You can start getting buffering. I don't like that. It's similar to Zoom. Yeah, I figured that. Um, I need to look into it. I hope it has some bells and whistles, because there's got to be a program, and I hope that is it, where I can do screen with you guys and then be able to do some of my stuff. And I'm sure I can embed that in there. I would hope. There's got to be a way. And I'm patient, but as you can tell, sometimes I get a little frantic, and that's why I text you. And Brad is like my, yeah, he's my go-to guy. He's my go-to. He's really been can you hear the raccoons fighting? I don't know if you can hear them. Well, you feed the raccoons. You know what to do. Give them, and don't overfeed them tonight. She puts out so much food. They're bloated. They're as big as a tick when they're when they're done eating. All you see is their little hands going, "Oh, I'm so full." Rosie came up today. I was sitting outside again. I was on my phone, drinking my coffee, and she just came up, sat down, started eating the bird seed. So I said, "Don't go away." I said, "Don't go away, Rosie. I'll be right back." So I went and I got my camera, and I did get some video. I guess I'll post that up tomorrow. I'll post Rosie tomorrow. And I got Marie, and I said, come out here. So we came out there, and then, of course, Rosie, after she got done eating, she wanted to follow us. It's up to you. You can sit here if you want. Marie's in her nighty nights. Hey, Brad, she's going to talk. I'm going to move this just slightly over. Well, I want Brad is our test. He's our go-to guy. Okay, so say hello to Brad.
Hey, Brad.
I want to see the mic move. I need to. I need to see the mic move, not from my voice. Okay, say something. Rosie's a female bet. No, she's not old enough yet to have cubs. She's still pretty young, and she's probably only, I'll say she's probably 250 pounds. She's a lot bigger than me, and she knows it. When she was out there today, and she finished her seeds, and I told Marie, I said, go in the house now, because I know bears and I know their body language, and I just pushed her in the house. Rosie just started following us into the house and just closed the door in time, and she goes up to the door, and with her arms stretched, standing up on her hind feet, she's probably a foot taller than me from head to toe, but her arms go at least 7 feet, maybe 8 feet, and she was like looking in the door, doing that, looking in. She wasn't trying to get in. She was looking like, where are you going and why aren't you letting me in?
She doesn't look like she's going to attack.
No, not at all. She's really mellow. She's really mellow. She's an easygoing bear. She just wants to eat. And she eats all the bird seed, because I always put bird seed out every day. And I'll come out and I go, I just put bird seed in that thing, and it's gone.
She likes to touch me because I just been in the kitchen.
Yeah, oh yeah, she wants to eat you. She likes Chinese food. What can I say? Problem with eating a Chinese is an hour later you want another one.
Jeff.
Jeff.
Yeah.
Rosie's a female. Rodney's a male. Rodney, I keep my distance from Rodney. He's the male. He's a lot bigger. I keep my distance from him. He's got an attitude.
I can't see that.
Why? Oh, you got your reading glasses on. Well, wear your other eyes.
Yeah.
She has her other eyes on. Susan, Google settings. Oh, Dano's giving Susan some. Oh, that's going to be a mistake, Dano. You give my sister any type of technical stuff, that computer's going to blow up. You'll see a plume of smoke from Florida. Just this big plume of smoke rising up into the leaden sky, and that's my sister's house. They're fighting.
Yeah.
Go feed them, please. Oh, sorry. I know you need her. You're getting old. She's getting old. Do you hear them? They're beating each other up. Who do the Cubs... The Cubs...
What I'm afraid of is that if I open that door,
They're not going to come in.
little baby
Little-
already tried to get my foot.
She don't go out there without socks on. You always have to wear socks. What are they fighting out there? Go make sure they're not killing each other, please. That don't sound good. Whatever it is. The cubs belong to one of the other female bears that come up here. I don't know who that is. Not Rosie. There's several female bears that come here, several male bears that come up here. And Rosie we've known Rosie for, I would say a little over a year and a half, 2 years. She's been coming up. She came up here when she was fairly small. And she just kind of took a liking to us. And she never does anything wrong, ever. Ever. She never knocks anything over. She's not, how sometimes they can be. Actually, the raccoons are worse than the bear. The raccoons just raise hell around here. And I love them, but they're very mischievous. And they're always getting into trouble. They're knocking plants over. And you name it, raccoons will do it. They'll tip over anything they can. They look inside anything they can. But they're fun. They're fun. But the bear, no problem at all. She just comes up. I'm telling you, I'll be sitting there on my chair. I'll be deep into my phone, and she'll look right at me. She'll just come right here. And she just, and and you feel the, hi, Rosie, how are you? I said, I hope you're in a good mood today. I don't want to be eaten. But she's really mellow. She don't do anything. So I'm happy. It's a real menagerie here of animals and stuff. Because we got Pete the possum, the bears, the raccoons, Snowball the kitty cat. I'm trying to think. The hummingbirds. I got a lot of hummingbirds. And I invite them all. You know, the hummingbirds come every year. They know exactly where to come, and I have the feeders out, and they always come out. And I'm a nature lover, and so's Marie. And we just like having these things around the house. That's all. It's fun being up here. Yes. No, the bears don't come out at night. They rarely ever. In fact, I've only seen Rosie a couple of times in 5 years out at night. It's not their thing. Dano, I hope Susan. Oh my God, I can imagine what is going on. I hate to see Susan's going to destroy. My sister's funny with computers. After she really screws them up, and Brad, you could probably relate to this. My sister she'll get a brand new computer, maybe a year old, and after a year, it's completely full of bots and viruses and stuff. She has no idea how to clean it out, so she goes out and she buys another one. And one of us usually gets the computer, or at least somebody she knows gets a brand new computer. And all you got to do is clean it out. All you got to do is you can even restore the system back to zero, back to factory settings, or back to the way you got it. It'd be brand new. Adventures with Susan. On the phone with Dano. My goodness. Susan, you are funny. She's going to... Dano, you take an aspirin before you talk with my sister, because she's going to drive you crazy. She's going to drive you out of your mind. So, Brad, I think... Oh, I'm sorry. I can't focus in. Did you say live off Wares? Yeah, I live off, yes, in Wares Valley, just outside Wares Valley. It's it's a quiet place. It's a very quiet place. I'm not near people. It's very quiet, very, very private here. And that's something that I looked very hard for, because there's a lot of subdivisions. There's a lot. My goodness, have they been building cabin subdivisions up here? I mean, like crazy. There are subdivisions that are just cabins. You know, you would think that they're all hotels and stuff. No, there's hundreds of cabins on some of these properties. It's really weird. 3 words, Norton antivirus. Yes, Dano, very good. Yeah, no. She doesn't know how to do that stuff. And I'm scared. I'm afraid. I'm scared. Remember, Dano, she didn't have a phone. She didn't have one of these things until like a year ago. She was dealing with a Cricket or something like that. Old people's phones, you know, with the big giant letters on the front. You know, the big numbers, big letters, big numbers. It's for old people. I talked to her, and I think I shamed her into it. Because, you know, her kids have all these, you know, they got the iPhones and all this stuff, and Susan's dealing with a Big Lots phone. I said, would you please make the great leap out of the Middle Ages and get a real phone? Well, I'm scared. It's going to blow up. I go, what do you think? It has a bomb or something in it? You know, the worst that can happen is you reset it, pop the battery out. No, I'm good. Thank you. Okay, so my wife is all worried. At least it's not that other thing.
You're not going to mention that.
No, I'm saving that for Sunday.
No, you're not going to mention it ever.
Oh, yeah, Sunday. Sunday I got a great story to tell you. It happened to me today, so it's real fresh in my mind. Brad, you stayed up here a few years back, and gated community near Wares Valley. Do you remember which one it was? Why is my phone ringing? Susan, I can't answer the phone. See, she's calling me right now. Susan, I can't answer the phone right now. Honey, would you take the phone and talk to Susan, please? My goodness. Anyway, I don't know if she's still here. Let me see. All right, wait a minute. And Marie's going to be... Anne, you still there? I think she's still there. If not, call her back. It's up here. Brad, do you remember where it was? It a cabin or was it the condos? That would help kind of identify where it is. You don't recall now. Okay. If it's been a few years ago, it's really really different because it's changed in just the last year. Going up into Wares Valley, there's this Bears Den Inn or something like that, and it used to be just a handful of cabins, nice high-end cabins. As you drove in, they have built the entire mountain up behind that is nothing but cabin condos, for lack of a better word.
Miller, Steve Miller, you're talking about?
Yeah, Steve Miller Real Estate. Steve Miller Real Estate. And they selling lots and half acres, acres, and stuff like that. But there's hundreds of these condo cabins up there, and I was shocked. I mean, they just keep building them. They don't stop. It's amazing, and they're really, some of them are pretty, but I don't like the crowded atmosphere. I don't like that at all. I don't play nice. Honey, go outside and talk. Otherwise, it's in my ear. Otherwise, it's. She's talking with Susan. Dano, you got her all wound up. Near pizza place. Okay. Luigi's? Near Luigi's. Was up fairly. Yeah, anywhere up there. Once you're here in Wares Valley, you're 1,200 feet on up. And as you get even closer, you're going to be up 1,800 to 2,000 feet. And remember, I told you, don't go above 2,500 feet. Don't. Oh, no, because that's like the line in the sand that the county will shut the roads off. Okay? Okay, what does she want to know?
She wanted you to stop talking about the cell phone.
Why? Oh, it's all right. I take it all back. Susan doesn't like me talking about. Don't disregard everything I said about my sister and her cricket phone. I. Oh yeah, some of them have pools in their living rooms. Yeah, there's some high-end cabins up there. I mean, it's way better than what we're in. You know, we have a nice cabin and everything, but it's some of these are like wowzer. These are great. They're little mini mansions, and it's cool. Near the it's got to be Luigi's Pizza, Brad. Up for, yeah, that's got to be there because that's you're heading right to the. Was it near the Parkway? But maybe when you hear the Parkway wasn't open until last year. It was a cabin. Did you like the cabin? Yeah, it's got to be Luigi. It's the only Italian place that's there. Luigi's. I hear good things about it. I haven't been in there. You know, being Italian, it's tough for me to. I gotta really have to drag my ass in there and go because I cook pretty good. My grandparent, my mom, actually my grandmother was much better cook than my mom. My mom was okay. You know, she took care of us and stuff. But my grandmother was a great cook, a great Italian cook, and I learned from her. And I've taken that with me to this age. And it's hard for me to eat someone else's and appreciate it because there's my way. There's a certain recipe I make things. So, yeah. Stonehouse Pizza, maybe? I don't recall that name there anymore. It may be because there was Luigi's where there was an Italian restaurant. Yeah, Big Lots. Big Lots really redid themselves. Have you been there lately? This isn't commercial. It's not a paid advertisement, but they've redone themselves. They've upgraded. Big Lots is now a much more an upscale, not upscale, but better than it was. You know, for a while there, they were starting to really dig down deep for the stuff they were selling. Very cheap Chinese stuff. No offense, honey. But now they've come up and they're doing a lot better. They had to. The competition is stiff. You know, Walmart is their biggest contender. Stop making fun of me. I can't. Susan, I have 65 years of craziness. Walden's Creek, maybe the wife said. Oh, Brad, is your mind going? Is it going too? Mine is too. Walden's Creek is down the mountain from me. It's down the hill. I have to go way up the hill from Walden's Creek. Walden's Creek is pretty. Walden's Creek, by the way, Brad, is one of the back ways into Pigeon Forge. If you take Walden's Creek to Indian Gap Road and a couple others, you can bypass all. I may do a video with that. You can bypass all of the traffic, and I do it all the time. I mean, I remember the roads by the back of my hands. Yeah. Thank you, Dana. Yeah, it was a decent place. Excuse me. All these little areas around here are really nice. They have different grades of niceness, but they're all nice. There's some really high end, and usually the high end cabins and places are up high. If you can remember that, especially if you're coming up and you're on a budget or something, the higher you go, the more expensive it's going to be. So if you're on a budget, you say, well, we can't go to the top of the mountains because they're really expensive, so you go down a few feet. Because anything at the top of the mountain is top dollar. Top dollar. And it's nothing for some of these places to get $400 or $500 a night. Nothing. On the average, though, if you're renting a cabin, if you're renting a 2-bedroom, 1-bath cabin, you can get them for around $1.25 to $1.50. And that may sound like a lot, but consider the alternative. Now, I don't get paid by any of these places or anything. It's just this is just my opinion. You go to a hotel, you get a bed, maybe 2 beds, and a bathroom with a shower, you hope. And that's it. You know, the TV's always up against the wall on the dresser, and that's it. You're kind of stuck in this little room, and you're paying yourself $50, $60, $100, maybe more, depending on which one you're staying at. You can get a cabin for just a few dollars more, and then you have a home. You have a place that has 2 real bedrooms almost always. Some have 3. And then they have a living room and a dining room, and almost all the cabins have lofts. So you have a lot of room to kind of meander around, and I've never seen a cabin that didn't have a deck. So they all have decks. We've got 2 decks here. There's 75-foot decks, upper and then lower. And you're not going to find that at the rentals. The rentals that's rare indeed. But a cabin without a deck it's just unheard of. They go together. They have to. It's just one of the things. And yeah, you got to have the obligatory rocking chairs, which we have them all the way around, upper and lower. My sister's been here. She knows. And so if you're coming up, this is what I was getting to. If you're coming up, before you go spend your money on a hotel, just put a couple of bucks away, if you can, and get a cabin. Now, you can get 1 bedroom and 1 bath. They have it all the time, $69. And I know right where they are. And they're nice. They're just smaller cabins, but they're still a cabin. You still get a separate bedroom, a separate kitchen, a separate living area, and there's always a deck. And you get that for $69. That's not bad. Not bad at all, you know, because you're just not gonna get anything cool in a hotel, and you know that. A hotel is a hotel is a hotel. What? All about the Smokies. He's got an excellent video. If you guys get a chance, Dano, Brad, Susan, where's Ozzy? What happened to Ozzy? Ozzy. Anyway, all about the Smokies. I need to ask him his first name. I do not remember his first name. He had told me a long time ago. But he did a really good video on this log cabin, and it's definitely a high-end log cabin. It's more of a log castle, not a cabin. It's beautiful. Stunningly beautiful. It even has a rounded tower, like your castle tower. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. It has a gigantic theater room with 10 seats. My memory serves 10 super, like, comfortable like this, only 10 of them. And it's just gorgeous. Nice kitchen, nice bedrooms, and it's definitely a rental. It was made for a rental. It's got bunk beds in 1 bedroom for the kids, and then there's extra bedrooms, and they're all named. The bedrooms are named for all these areas around here. And he didn't mention the price. Probably the guy didn't want him to. But you're probably looking at $4 to $5. Bob, is he on with us? I'm sorry. Where is he? I'm looking at the screen. Bob, thank you for being on with us. I'm looking at the screen. Bob, where are you? I'm looking. Oh, Bob. That was an excellent video, Bob. I was very impressed with what you did. That I watched the whole thing from beginning to end. I even backed it up a couple of times to take a double look at it. Dano said he stayed at the Quality Inn across from the island. Yeah, Quality Inns. We sometimes do Quality Inn and La Quinta, and what's the other one we do? Quality Suites or something like that when we go to Asheville. But all about Smokies. Bob. Okay, there you are. I got you. Thank you, Bob. That was an excellent cabin. If you get a chance, all about the Smokies, watch Bob's latest video. It is excellent. And it you want to see a good cabin, a really high-end cabin with all the accoutrements. Oh, amazing, amazing kitchen. Yeah, well, I guess for a big family, but Bob, if I had that place, I mean, if they emptied that, I would empty that thing out, put my own furniture in there, and I wouldn't rent it out. I would just live in there. I'd decorate that thing all. That would be such a cool place to live. Beautiful views, high up. One thing I didn't catch, and if I missed it, Bob, how high up was that cabin? It looked like it had a good view, and I'm guessing over 1,500 feet. It had to have been over, and I think you said it was in Gatlinburg. Beautiful thing. I do recommend it. You want to see what a nice cabin is all about. Really well made, you know. Oh God, I was wrong. I stand corrected. $800 per night, Bob. Wow. That's incredibly expensive. That's amazing. No wonder why you walk lightly in that place. $800 a night. Wow. And it was in Sevierville. That's okay. And yet Sevierville isn't. Well, I'm in Sevierville too, and I'm pretty high up. Sevierville is not like a circle. Sevierville kind of does this weird thing as a county. It goes all over, and yet Wears Valley's right there. You go out the door, make a right. There's Wears Valley. I don't know. Big Lots is great. Yeah, Susan says Big Lots is great. You know what I really like is Ollie's. Ollie's Bargain Outlet. What a great place that is. If you have an Ollie's, you really need to go there. Bob, what made you do the cabin circuit? I mean, it's a great idea. Excellent idea. Often thought of it, but I have so many other things on my plate, but you got keep with that, Bob. That's excellent. Because this is the cabin area. So, just my suggestion, pick lower end cabins, middle cabins, and then upper cabins, and show people what they can get. Because people are really interested in cabins, and I don't think people know the truth. Ollie's is one of my favorites. Yeah, definitely, Bob. I love Ollie's. I go in there, and usually I have to make sure I watch how much I spend, because I usually go in there for one item, and I come back with 3 or 4 baskets full of stuff because the prices are so great. Good stuff, cheap. That's their slogan. DGI. Hello, Bob. Okay? We got another one. We got DGI. This isn't even Sunday, and we're doing a show. This is great. You guys are something else. You guys are something else. I thank every one of you. You guys are just fantastic. Oh, I was saying to Bob. Yeah, because a lot of people don't know that they can rent a cabin for a little bit more than they can a hotel. And I'm not putting down the hotel. Some people just want the amenities of a hotel, having a pool at their beckoning call and a sauna and all that. Okay, fine, great. But if you, and you hear me say it all the time, and I'm going to keep saying it, hotels are for sleeping for the most part. Cabins are for having fun. Because you got a family. What else are you going to do in a hotel? You're going to sleep, and then you may use the pool or the gym or whatever, but you got to go to them. You have to physically leave your room and go to them. In a cabin, you're there. You're there. Some of these cabins have pools. Like Dano said, some of the cabins have pools in the cabin. Of course, those would be the higher end ones. But a lot of them have pools. Almost every cabin has a hot tub. In fact, it's like almost it's written in the law. Um, you got to have a hot tub, and they always have a barbecue. That's one thing you'll find with the rental cabins. They always provide you with a barbecue pit or a barbecue thing, and then they also provide, all of them provide a hot tub, and so you have all these amenities. And there's just something about a cabin. I don't know how many of you live in a cabin or been in a cabin. There's nothing like the feeling of a cabin. That's why this is what I wanted. This is what I strived for so many years, is to be in this cabin. And it's not like your normal cabin. I can tell you that. This is a different place. My sister can attest to this. Is a different cabin. All about the Smokies. I love hotels for location. Yes, because they're always near everything. Stay in a hotel in Gatlinburg so I can walk around downtown. I agree. That's the upside of hotels. That's what I was trying to say. Some people like hotels, but some people have never experienced a cabin. And I stay in a hotel in Pigeon Forge, so everything is close by. I agree. Have you ever, I don't remember now, correct me, Bob, have you ever stayed in a cabin? Dano, you haven't? It's well worth trying, and at least once. It can't hurt. You know, if you're going to spend the money for a hotel, try a cabin just to see what the feeling is. I'm waiting for Bob's reply. Bob, have you ever stayed your wife and Alex? Oh, tell Alex he's a future vlogger. There's no doubt in my mind your son will be a future vlogger. I can tell. You know, he's a neat kid. He's a cute kid. Your wife is very quiet. She's very, very quiet. You're pretty much, you know, you're the mouthpiece and the face of the camera. But your son's going to be, and he likes Xbox and stuff. So he can't be all, I'm a PlayStation. You can tell him I'm a PlayStation guy. I'm not an Xbox guy. But I still got my games console and stuff. And look how old I am. But I love it, you know. I'm just never going to grow old. Ventures with Dana, we will, yeah, just try it. Just try it. There's just something about it. Can't explain it. You got to live it. You got to check it out. DJI. There are a lot of fees with cabins. Some of them are, yes. You got to kind of find. There are some out there that don't have a lot of fees, and you can ask them for no fees. There are some it's kind of like buying a car. You know, when you buy a car, you always go down to the dealer prep. You tell them. Usually, what I do is give me your pen. Give me your pen. And that just shocks them when I do that. Give me a pen. And I look them right in the eye. And then I just start crossing off the dealer prep fees and the nitrogen in the tire. Nitrogen. Hello. What is the air made out of? What is this that I'm breathing? Mostly nitrogen. So it's all BS. So you just cross off all that stuff. And they like a cleaning fee, which, okay, you got to pay for a little bit of a cleaning fee. But other than that, you shouldn't have to pay for anything. They like taking a credit card in case you destroy something or something is stolen. But the same thing goes for a hotel. If you destroy something, they have your credit card. If you trash a hotel like a rock star, they already got your card. They're gonna attack you for it. So there are some. Now there are typically, like in some hotels, you know, they overcharge you. They charge you little fees here and there. You just got to be aware of what you're filling out and what you're signing for. Find a private owner. Yeah, good idea, Brad. You find some, and there are many around here, especially around me. There are private people who will rent you out the cabin, and it's just you and the owner. And they say, here, we got $100, we get $50, whatever a night. You just pay the person, and that's it. There's no more fees, no cleaning fees or anything. It's all included in the one price. So just you Google this stuff, you'll find it. Yeah, I would never go to the big. What do you call those? They're subdivisions full of cabins because they're regulated and they've got all those fees that you were talking about, which I don't do that. Rental companies are, the rental, and always watch out. There's a place in Gatlinburg, I won't say who it is, but they're really pushing timeshares right now. Stay away from timeshares. Stay away from them. They're never good. First Bob, you said the first 5 years we came up here, you stayed in cabins. Oh, really? So you're a cabin entrepreneur. I like that. What did you think of them, Bob? I mean, I know you like the hotels, but I'm just talking. What did you think of them as far as living and comfort? And if 5 years, so your kid was kind of young at that point. Was it probably more convenient for you to live there with a child than staying in a hotel because there's really no place for privacy or quiet? Oh, Dano, thank you. You got us. Okay, my friend. Thank you very much. And just the fact that you came on while I was doing an audio test and a video test. That's all the reason I'm here. Is I was checking the audio and the video, getting ready for Sunday. Thank you, Dano. I'll check out and I'll talk with you very very soon. Thank you. Yeah, Bob, I was thinking about you today very much so. I was very impressed. Exclusive same cabinet, but 1 year we tried staying in a hotel and never went back. I saw I saw one of your videos the other day where you were not a happy camper. It was dirty. I won't mention the name if you want to put it down there, but I understand. DJI, you stayed in 2 different cabins. I do prefer hotels, even with 2 kids. Okay, it's easier for you because cabin life is a different life. Love the specs, the views. Yeah, yeah. There's the upside, the views, or when you step out on that nothing makes me feel more blessed than when I step out in the morning with my cup of Java out that door onto the deck and I'm looking over the world. I'm looking over God's country, and I am thankful because it took me so many years to get here, and it's hard, but I guess it was all worth it. I guess it was, but there's nothing like it. And I know when we first came up here, before we closed on this place because we had already bought it, but they weren't ready. All the paperwork wasn't ready for us to take it, and so we stayed in a hotel for I don't know how 2-3 weeks. How long? 3 months. 3 months? Wow. Stayed in a hotel for 3 months. And it was fun for the first night. After that, I hated it because I hate doors closing. That's all I heard was people's doors closing, people walking past. And it was a nice hotel, but still, it was all the noise. It was all the noise and the traffic and all that garbage. And so I couldn't wait to get up here. I could not wait. But it's a choice thing. It really is what you're used to. I worked in the city and I worked in the metropolitan area. I don't miss any of that, not at all. DJI says driving up to the mountain or down. Whoa, that moved on me. Is excessive wear. Yeah, it is excessive. You want to burn up your tires pretty quick. It does that. You just go slow. If I owned a cabin, or of course, I would love to be on the mountain. Yeah, a cabin in the valley is not like a cabin in the mountain, and that was a big thing that I told the realtor. It's got to be up, and I told them where I wanted the height. I told them how many bedrooms I wanted. It had to be at least 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, had to have a basement. They showed me a bunch of cabins. They showed us a bunch of cabins. And almost all the cabins we looked at were the typical cabins where the face is all glass and then the rest is all inside. And when I asked many cabin owners, what do you think? And they all warned me that the downside to the cabins with all the glass fronts is they never heat up and they never cool down. They do the opposite. During the summer, they never cool down. During the winter, they never heat up because you got that glass, and it does exactly the opposite of what it's supposed to do. So that was a big warning, and I then looked for more exclusive, different styles of cabins, and searched through, saw a lot of cabins, and finally found one. And we got lucky enough that we bought the builder's cabin. The person who owned this, he had passed away. He was the builder. So, he put in all the little extra things that he wanted. This was his personal cabin. So, and it's not it doesn't have those big glass ceilings or anything. That's because I did not want that. I didn't like when I went in those places and the sun was just beaming on me. No matter where you walked, the sun was bathing you. And I said, no, I don't like this. All about the Smokies. Dream is to live down there one day in the future. For now, we live coming down once a month. Oh, wait a minute. I thought you lived up here, Bob. With the way you're pumping out videos, I thought you actually lived in town with us. Where are you living now? And DJI, same Bob. Try to do every 6 months since. Okay. 6 hours from me. That's kind of a long drive. Wow, Bob. It is a lot of driving. 6 hours. I just don't like. I can't drive a lot. I don't mind going on trips and stuff, but I can't do a lot of driving. There's still some good buys up here. You can still find some reasonable buys. The market has exploded in the cabin department. Exploded. Ohio. So you do have a drive, Bob. Wow. I'm glad you come down, though. I really do. I like your videos. I like your family. You got a good family. You're obviously a good dad. And I can tell by the way your son acts. He's very respectful of you. And your wife is very, just, you guys are a good team. You know, and that's good. That's good. It's hard to find that today. You know, there's so many dysfunctional families out there. But, you know, I'm not their boss. I'm not their father. I'm not their grandfather. You know, but just, I don't like when I see disrespectful kids at all. Not at all. You know, that's not good. Because you got a disrespectful kid, you're going to have a disrespectful adult. It just follows along. Brad says, Ohio here, also 7 hours from us. Hi, Brad. You're in Ohio, too, yeah. What, does everybody live in Ohio? Huh? Come on down. Come on over. What way do you, what's the quickest way for you to get here? Got to be a main artery that sends you this way. I haven't been to Ohio in so many, it has to be 35, 40 years since I've been to Ohio. I stay away from the northern tier altogether. It's just too cold for me now. I don't like the intense cold. And Ohio can get kind of cold, like Michigan, and when you got the Great Lakes, you know, blowing down your neck. You're in DGI. You're in Memphis, so you're the other way. We went to Memphis not too long ago. Went to Chattanooga, Memphis, Nashville. They're all pretty places. Tennessee is just a beautiful. 71 South, okay. That's a main artery. Okay. Yeah, that's probably the quickest way for you to get down here. Yeah, because you're going across. Yeah, that's. I don't know any other way that would be quicker. Yeah, you guys that are so far away, that's so cool that you tune into us. I thank you so much. DJI, do you get up here often? Just every 6 months, that's about it? 'Cause that's a drive for you. Memphis is quite a ways away. I don't hear anything. There we go. Do you have plans to cover other areas? Oh yeah, I'm gonna be. I'm Bob. I'm just getting started. I'm a force to be reckoned with. I'm just getting wound up. You know, I don't. This is all new to me. The YouTube stuff, not what I do. Not the video and all that, but this, and I'm starting to figure it all out, and it won't be long. Yeah, I like going out. Marie and I love traveling. We like going out. So yes, we will do other places for sure. We were actually talking about heading to one of the other places. I don't like mentioning it. I don't want to sneeze, and excuse me if I do. All of a sudden, something came in through the window. I don't know, Bob, you'll notice this, okay, now that you're starting to find your groove, you know, you're starting to find who you are in YouTube and stuff. You're going to find the copycats are out there, and you're going to think that you're watching you on some of these channels. You go, I did that. That's exactly what I did. Don't be offended by it. They're just the copycats, but they don't keep up for long. As you find your groove, you will be good at what you're doing because it's a passion. So it's only you. It's your desire, your passion about what you're shooting and how you're doing it, and it becomes your identity. And that's why I laugh at some of the other, and you may know some of them, some of the other YouTubers. They try to mimic me, and they just sound ridiculous. They really sound ridiculous. Just be who you are. There's so much to do, and everybody's got a personality. Just be who you are, and point the damn camera. Just point the camera. Get a good shot, get a steady shot, and make sure you have good content. That's all you got to do. There's room for everybody on this wonderful planet. YouTube isn't like having a TV station or a radio station. You have a specific area that you have, and that's it. That's all your area covers. YouTube is around the world. So you're reaching people, and it's hard to fathom sometimes. It's hard to grasp that the world is out there. It's not just the Smokies. It's the people. Oh, read the screen. All of us, I've already seen. Yeah, I figured. I was just waiting for you to respond. One channel started doing, yeah, and I think I know who you're talking about. Brad, Bob, just let them do what they're doing. And they look ridiculous. They don't know what they're talking about, and it's okay. It's okay. Focus on what you do. Focus on being a better you. Like I told Marie, because sometimes she goes, "Do you see that? He's doing what you're doing." I says, No. I said, I don't have any competition. I am my own competition. The rest of them, that's peripheral. I am my own competition. Every day I wake up, I want to do a better job. And I challenge myself to do a better job each day. So when I'm filming, I'm always saying, remember what you did yesterday? Do it differently. Take a different angle. Do it differently. Get some more information. Talk about it. And that's what I do. So, and if more YouTubers did that, they wouldn't have to worry about what their neighbor is doing. It's not about what your neighbor's doing. It's what you're going to provide your viewer, what you're going to provide your subscriber with. Not what that one's doing and that one's doing, because there's so much to do. You can pick any subject in the world and be interesting in it, or you can pick a subject and then be boring, and that's your fault. If your video is not entertaining, delete it. I do it all the time. I did it the other night. I did it last night. I did it on the ridge. The first ridge I did, and it took me 4 hours to do that one. It was probably a little more than that. It took me 4 hours, and I ran through it, and I wasn't impressed, and if I'm not happy with my product, why would my viewer be happy with my product? They're not. So just hit delete. Delete. That's it. 4 hours down the tube. Twice a year. I'm sorry, 1K of subs. Yeah, it's not just 1,000 subs. You got to have 100,000 views as well. It's not hard to do. We're approaching almost 25,000 right now. We're only doing this 3 months, so you can do it. Any of you can do it. You just got to focus. Already been there, man. One channel started doing hotel reviews after my reviews started coming out. Yeah, it's not hard. You just got to keep focused. No, don't stop. No one will ever be better than a version of me. That's right. Good for you. You are unique. We are all unique. And if you keep focused on what you're doing and just be a better you every time you click that power button on, you don't have to worry about what I call barking dogs. I tell Marie that all the time. All these other jokers, they're barking dogs. They have no bite. They're just full of BS, and they don't have a direction because they're not focused. So I don't pay attention to the barking dogs. I pay attention to what I'm doing. When I look at myself on the screen looking back at me, looking at me, I said, are you entertaining or are you boring the viewer? And if you're boring the viewer, delete it, delete it, delete it. 1,000 subs, 4,000 watch hours. They have, and define, be careful, the define of watch hours to views are two different things. Yeah, you got a 4,000 watched hours. Have you ever noticed, guys, when you go to the analytics, they don't match? Have you noticed that? Bye, Brad. Thank you, Brad. You helped me out a lot, my friend. I am indebted because you answered a couple of questions that were really important to me. Thank you. And then you know what you did? You made me go do it myself. You encouraged me. You inspired me to find the problem, and you gave me some suggestions. And I rooted out the problem. Thank you. You are a good teacher, my friend. As I was saying, and goodbye, Brad. On your analytics, and I never could quite figure this out. And Bob, tell me if you see this too, and DJI, when you go to your page, if you go to your, wherever my phone is, doesn't really matter. You go to your page, it says you have X amount of subscribers and X amount of views. But you go to your analytic page, and they never match. And why is that? They're always less. Why doesn't that count? Even if you refresh your page and stuff. I'm just using a number. Let's say you had 1,000 views and 100 subscribers, but you go to the analytics, it says you have 80 subscribers and 80 views. Which one is right? Can anyone tell me? Yeah, probably, and that's, I guess, the watch time. There has to be a minimal amount of watch time. I don't know. Do you know, DJI, what is the minimum? I mean, what's the point? They don't count it? Is it, excuse me, 5 seconds, 10 seconds? I don't know. Tiny homes. Oh, you like the tiny, aren't they? When I went into them, Bob, they were just so cute. That'd be a great place to stay for you and your wife and your kid to go to. But they have an 18-month waiting list. And I'm not waiting 18 months for anything because I don't know if I'm going to be here in 18 months. So I don't make any long-term plans for anything. A week is about as far out as I'm going. That's it. But it's a cool place, the Ridge. And I've had that on the back burner. I talked to her 2.5 months ago, and I put this whole thing together. And I explained to her that I wasn't going to release. I wasn't going to launch that video until after the Rod Run and the Jeep invasion, because I wanted it to be exclusive. And you have to think of this, guys, and correct me if I'm wrong. You're doing, when you're approaching a hotel or Bob, in your case, a cabin, you want it to be the maximum impact because you want the maximum amount of views and subscribers from that. So you got to be careful. And of course, the Tuesdays and the Wednesdays and the Thursdays and all that, but there's more to it. You want to make sure that you're not launching a video that's going to compete with it, or that one of the others launched a video that could compete with it. Because you can take it down. You can always put it on private and let them run their cycle. That happens to me all the time. I don't know if you noticed that, Bob. I know that you're on top of things. DJI, you'll catch on. I think you already know because you seem to be pretty savvy. I'm sure people click out, yeah. They review every click. I'm not sure how far in you got to be, because every click counts. But I think there's a time frame that it doesn't register until there's a point. What it is, I don't know. I assume you have to watch half to be considered a view. That could very well be. That can very well be, and that's important. That your first 15 seconds is critical in every video you do. You've got to make sure that you keep the attention there. And then after that, you've got to keep the attention of the viewer right to the end as best as you can. And I'm always aware, I'm always cognizant of how many seconds are going by. And that, thank God, is because I was in radio and everything was to the second. So I can keep 60 seconds within a half a second in my head. I can tell we're a minute because I would be cutting 30-second commercials and 60-second commercials, and I had to make sure there's X amount of words, there's 40 words to a 30-second commercial and 65 to 70 words in a 60-second commercial. So you've got to make sure you're counting the words you say. That's why sometimes I stop, because all of a sudden it's like, I think I just went over or I'm under. But you've got to make sure that you're entertaining for the... And Bob, you got 10, 15 minutes. You got to come up with some stuff, right? It's called the hook. Intros are important, and so are midways and the outros too, because you want to keep them there, because your show should be a show. It should be entertaining to your viewer. And always look at your viewer as a first-hand person, the next person in the room looking at your video. And will they sit there and watch it? And hopefully they will. And if it's entertaining enough, it is. If not, they click out. Because you know the attention span of people younger than me is very short. And the younger it goes, the less and less they are captured by anything. Very tough. Okay. Bobby says it's not my strong suit, but I keep my channel into super short. Yeah, you do. So I'm jumping right into the meat. Yeah, I understand that. I tried that, but I got way too much BS to to talk about. I really do my homework on every video I do. Even the stuff that is off the cuff, I already know a lot about it, just because I'm always inquisitive about what I'm doing. So, and I want everybody to know stuff. I want people to be informed. I don't want people just to see me stuffing my face or something like that, or just pointing at something. Look at this, look at that. No, I can do that on my own. I don't need you to do it. But if you've got information for me, I'm listening to you. I always listen to information. It's power. All about this. Absolutely, DJ. That is not my suit. Yeah, I got that. I can't tell you how many times I sing along. Yeah. Hopefully you sing along with our intros. Not that there's any words, but it took me a while to find that intro song because it's catchy and it does get in your head, and it's kind of like an earworm, and that's what I wanted. I strive for the earworm and the visual worm as well, and I felt that black and white was very strong. It's very powerful. I've always taken many, many, many pictures in black and white. I love doing portraits in black and white. They're powerful if you get the right angle and the right shadow. They're very, very powerful, and everything is in color as it is today. Everybody's explosions and I don't subscribe to that. I'm sorry. Everybody's got all this layered stuff and they're trying to outdo each other. What happens is it gets lost in the sauce because everybody is doing the same thing. And it's like, okay, I'm not gonna fall for this. Be unique. Be unique. Yes, my wife is telling me. Thank you, DJ. I appreciate that. I got Bob rethinking his intro. I hope I stimulated you, Bob, because you got a good channel. You really do. And you've come a long way, just like I have and just like everybody has. We work hard. I know you do. I know you do. You're a real serious guy. You're not a clown. You're not a clown like me. You're very serious, analytical. Am I correct? Analytical, and pretty straightforward. And that's good. So you got your angle. There's your angle. That's not my angle, and that's probably not DGI's angle. Every famous YouTuber has a nice intro. Intros are very important, and they're catchy, and they should be catchy, and it should stick in the people's heads. And too many YouTubers out there don't have a catchy intro. They don't have much catchy anything. And that's always leave cliffhangers, just like you always leave them laughing. That's right, DGI. You've been doing this a while, my friend. I like you. That means you're out there. DGI, what do you... I can't say that I know your videos. What is it that you specialize in your videos? And obviously he types pretty fast, and I like that. I'd still be clicking away. I'm getting better. At this. I got no problem with the video and stuff. I see it, or before I do it, I already know what I'm going to do. I've already storyboarded myself out. But the typing sucks. I haven't quite got that figured out. DGI, what type of videos do you do? I think he's typing. And Bob, I really like the idea of what you're doing. Wait. Oh, drone shots around Memphis. Oh, I love drones. Okay, I may have. Oh, I have seen your stuff now. DJI, duh, Mavic. I understand. I do know your stuff. I have seen your stuff. Very cool. Very cool. I like that. Um, I think I'd be dangerous with a drone because I'd really want to take some chances with getting some real swooping, angling shots, and then do a quick cross cut if it going the other way. And yeah, I'd be dangerous with that. I don't think so. It's another toy I don't need, and that's your thing. So it wouldn't fit into my genre, what I do. It just wouldn't work with me. But obviously, I've seen your stuff. You do have some good stuff. Drones are fun, aren't they? Yeah. You got a Mavic? Is that what you got? DJI batteries don't. No, what, about 20 minutes? And they're not waterproof. I guess, was it 15, 20 minutes? Maybe half hour if you're not pushing it. And yeah, they're not waterproof. They'll make them that way. Don't worry about it. In a matter of time, they'll be doing underwater drones. You'll get all of that stuff, and they'll come up with a good ion battery, a nickel, or whatever it is that they use now, and it'll last for at least an hour. And just give it some time. They're still they're becoming more and more popular, and they're getting smaller and smaller, which is excellent. As long as they have a good camera on them, you can get some really cool shots. You can really get some good stuff. Always thought about it, but it's not for me. I've got so much I got to shoot, so many other videos and I'm more into the ground shots and angles and shadowing and stuff. I try to set up every shot. Try to. Is it? I'd like to see that. I mean, over time, not a lot of life cycles. No, yeah. Step K3. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they don't. Unfortunately, they don't. Their life doesn't. The recycling, constantly redoing, and they're expensive too. The batteries. It's not a cheap sport to have, but it's fun to have while it's there. I got no problem with that because you can get some really good. I don't think people appreciate good drone shots, and I don't know why. Because I've looked at a lot of videos, and it's got a lot of impact, especially if you incorporate it into the shot. You know, if you're taking a shot of, let's say, a covered bridge, and you fly down. Now, of course, I would go through the covered bridge. I'd take that chance. Let that thing shoot through the bridge, and then bring a shot back to me standing there. Not the thing leaving the bridge, because you want that emotion of it flying down and going in, and just before it leaves, you become the picture. That's got impact. Especially where the sun, if you can set up where the sun brightens, it overexposes the frame leaving the picture, and then you're the one standing in there, your shadow will be there, and then the lens will pick you up and then phase you back into the picture. Very impactful. Very. That's what it's about. Bob, you see what I'm saying? It's about setting up your shot before you take it. Set it up, even if it's right just a few steps before you get there. Set up that shot in your eyes and in your mind's eye. Set it up. Is it going to be pleasing to the eye? Should I lift the camera higher, or should I bring it lower? Should I give it a height and lower the camera, and get things to look taller? Because the bit higher you bring up a camera, things look shorter and fatter. So the higher you bring them up, and I'm only not talking DJI, I'm not talking about taking the drone things, but I'm talking people shots and rooms. The higher you get, people look shorter, things look shorter, and they look fatter. If you're straight on, they're normal, but they don't have any depth. So if you're trying to get depth, you've got to move down into an angle, and you've got to create the perception of depth by putting three objects in the picture. And I'd be more than glad to talk to you offline a lot of this stuff. Stable, lol, oops. Stability is a key to great pictures. You got to keep a steady camera. Yeah. People do not like crackhead camera taking. They don't like that type of stuff. They don't like jittery. They don't like shaky. and you've got, because it's irritating. It makes you dizzy, makes you seasick, and it's not what your eyes see. It's not real. You don't have that kind of time, Bob. I'm there once a month, so you try to jam in 2 months into 1 month, but that's okay, because if you plan your dive your plan, you can take a lot of video and take a lot of raw video. Don't be afraid to take a lot of raw video, because you could weed through it, as long as you never just take one continuous long shot, because you're going to have to edit it down anyway. So you take a minute or two, stop the camera, and continue if you have to, because now you have an edit point. Now when you load this stuff on your computer, there's an edit point. You don't have to watch the whole video to find your spot. You can write down, once you put them on your PC, it gives you your number. You have a number of every frame that you put an edit point on. So you can say, 7360 was a good shot, but anything up till 7930 was garbage. So you got to begin at 7930, so you miss all that other garbage. Just stuff I've done for so many years. When I started, I had to edit tape manually, my friends. I didn't use a computer. I had to literally cut at the first I was using 2-inch tape, and then we went down to 3/4-inch tape. And I mean, the tape was on 2 rolls. Here's a spool, and it would go down on the plate, and you put the tape across. There'd be a screen in front of you, and you ran it back and forth till you found, like, if your mouth opened or closed, and that's where you cut it, looked like a little paper cutter and a paper cutter, and you pulled that tape out, threw it out, then you put the magnetic tape in, and then you kept doing that with 1,000 feet of film. And that's how I started my career in TV and radio. That's how I did it. And then we went to 3/4-inch tape, and then finally computers came in. But that, I had already been out of that business, and I was in full-time radio. But it was a pain in the butt hanging up. There'd be a string. Imagine a string going 10, 20 feet across, and there'd be 10 or 20 of them up, and there'd be bits and pieces of videotape hanging down, and you had to write on them with grease pencils the number where you wanted them put, and then you had to put them together and tape them down and keep doing that back and forth. It was so labor intensive that it lost for me after a while. The thrill was gone, because the thrill was taking the shot, enjoying it, and being part of it, and not going in that editing suite to do that. But I had to. So you guys have it easy. I know you don't have that kind of time. Fly High. You had the original DJI one. They went up high. Wait a minute. Just found your channel. This is David Fontaine. Hi, David. We got another one. David, hopefully you subscribe. Please do. Hit the button, please. Oh, you're a subscriber already. Okay. Good. Thank you. Like. And you're already commenting, so that's good. Found a channel a couple of weeks ago. Got 3 Bears, the general. That's a great place, isn't it? You're coming up next month. Love to meet you. We're always around. Susan, still trying to find a good pick of what? Susan, what are you still trying to find a good pick of what? That's my sister. I don't know, honey. I don't know what Susan's looking for. A good pick of what, Susan? But did I make sense to you, Bob? And DJI, did I make sense to you? Because DJI, you like taking the high shots, and that's very cool. I'm telling you, I'd burn out your drone. I would take some serious chances with that thing. I don't know what my sister is looking for. She says still looking for a good pick, but not saying what. I don't know if Bob is still with us. I think maybe he pulled off. I was interested to see what Bob had to say. I was asking Susan. David, do you have videos on your site? I haven't been to your site yet, so please tell me about what, if you have videos, what is your thing? And that 3 Bears thing was a little shaky, and I apologize for that, David. That's before I got my what do you call the gimbals and stuff, and that has helped out a lot, because that really stable. And I was used to using those when I was in the business. We had the body cams and stuff, but they were so expensive. Before they became cheaper now, we're everyday people. But if you were going to buy a body cam, which you can't be walking like you can't go to Anakista with a body cam because it literally straps around you and it's got angle bars on it and all sorts of weights and things. But it kept a steady shot. You could jump all over the place and that camera wouldn't move. It would just glide. But now they make really good gimbals and they're still just a few $100. They're affordable. I don't know. I think I lost the chat. I got to re-sign in. I think I lost my chat. That's why nobody responded to me. Yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened. I'm sorry, David. It happens. Okay, I'm making. Oh, that's so. Oh my goodness! Look how good that is now. How big that is. Wow, I can really read that. No, Bob, don't stop. 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours. Yeah, I know. It used to be when I started back in 2006. There was no rules and regulations, none whatsoever. Doctor 440's on DR 440. How are you? What type of construction? That doesn't clarify that enough for me. Oh, okay. Ah, I like building things. It's I'm self-taught. My dad showed me a lot of stuff, how to build motorbike. What type of bike you got? You either have a Harley or a BMW, right? There's DR440. I'm not quite getting all the. Gotta bring it down. Soon. Come on. Come down a little bit. I'm just trying to get the. What type of bikes? Rat rods, all right. All right, DR. Yeah. I want. Was it at the show? Oh, there's a picture of him. Cool. Now I know what you look like, DR. Hello, everybody. Just let us sneak in here and stick the place up. Oh, way to go! I like him. Uh, oh, I like. Were you at the? Did you bring any of your cars to the rod show? The rod run. I got a lot of video you guys haven't seen. I just took endless videos. They're 3 weeks. I've got so much video. I don't know what to do. I had to buy another another external hard drive. I did. It came in today or yesterday. It came in today or yesterday. Today came in. I had 7 terabytes. I had to buy 2 more terabytes. My computer is it's got a 2 terabyte hard drive and 7 terabytes of memory, and I had to buy 2 more terabytes hard drive. I couldn't find the 5 TB one. Oh yeah, check out the DR440. He's got a good site, and he's all right. I like him. David Fontaine, everybody who's out there, always check these guys' channels out. That's how we are going to work together and make each other successful YouTubers. And I think that's important that we all help each other out, because alone you kind of feel alone and it's like, what am I doing? But if we work together, we're all going to do our own little thing, and we can then kind of critique each other if you want, and or not critique maybe, but suggestions on what's good and what's not good. I love it. I love the criticism, good or bad, because it makes me a better person. I don't take it personally, because why should I take it personally? You don't mean it to be personal. You just want to be constructive to me. Yeah, we are picking up some subs, Dr. We're getting there. I can remember when I had none and then one, two, and it just kept going up. And I'm looking for the magic day of 1,000, like everyone else is, and I think we'll get there. Uh, the way that it's going and the way I figured it out with the math and stuff, it would be 2.5 to 3 months. We'll be completely over that and ready and moving forward. So that's it. Could change. Could change. It could go better or it could slow down. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm just going to keep pumping out videos. Every day I go out, I videotape. Some of them make it to the screen, some don't make it. If they're not good enough for me, they're not going to be good enough for you. And I'm not pumping out videos just to pump out videos. You know, some YouTubers, that's all, they just pump out crap. And it shows. And I don't want to be known as the crap king. As somebody, you know, he's got average videos. And so I don't want that. I'd rather wait and give you a good one and work on it than just pump videos. It doesn't make sense to me. What was that, Bob? My speaker's in the way. Sorry. Okay. I was wondering where you went. I was wondering, everything all right? Bob, are you down here now, or are you still in Ohio now? You're back up in Ohio. I know I got to move now that everything is working good. Dr. It sounds better, right? The microphones sound better. It's clear. I had Marie up here before, and she could sit right over here, and it was good. It was clear, and that's very good. Yeah. I want to just give me a second. I want to lower that. Might go to Pontiac Show and Pigeon Forge. When is that? Isn't that coming up? Isn't that Pontiac Show coming up? I thought so. Yeah. I hope all of us get to the 1,000 plus so we can. I would rather worry about other things than worry about making 1,000 subs. I would rather worry, how's my video doing? Is you know what I mean? Because it's a big stress for a lot of small YouTubers like us to meet that one magic goal, 1,000, and then of course your 4,000 views, and then your 100,000. They keep changing the rules, so I hope they don't change it until we're all somewhere moving forward. Like I said, when I was in 2006, you didn't need any subs, you didn't need anything. You went on, and if you hit the I'm monetized and I'll get advertising, people were doing it, and that was they only started in 2005, but it was a nightmare to upload even a 5-minute video. Hope to be 1,000 by the end of the year. You know, that's doable. Just 9 away from 500. Yeah, it's very doable. Bob, I don't think you'll have a problem. You're already ahead of me. How long have you been doing it, Bob? How long you been doing the YouTube thing? Same thing with you, Dr. How long you been doing this stuff? You can really gauge a lot about your channel by just, dividing the amount of time you've been doing this, the amount of subs you have to the amount of videos you have, and then likes and how many views you have. I don't see why Bobby shouldn't have 1,000 by the end of the year. I'm doing a little more wishful thinking. I mean, you're only 9 away from 500. I don't know where we are, 300 something. It was, I think, 313, and literally it's only been the end of the month is 3 months. So roughly we've been having 100 a month, which is a really good average in YouTube, especially today with the competition you have out there. A year ago we didn't have this much competition. YouTube is exploding. Everybody's getting on, and that just makes it harder and harder. Yeah, it sounds better. Thank you, Dr. Appreciate that. October 16th through the 18th. So that's coming up. And that's going to be here. So I'll cover that. I'm sure Marie and I will go out. And why not? I enjoy all those. I enjoy being outside and just watching all you guys do your thing. It's so much fun to talk to people and see what they've done and how they did it. I get a big thrill out of that. It's just fun. I always keep the interviews. Always keep the interviews because they're treasures. To me, they're treasures. Have another channel with 15,000 subs. What's your other channel? You had the channel for a while, just doing it. I don't know about your other channel. 15,000 subs is not bad, Bob. What is it? Whatever it is you're doing, you're doing it right. I have other channels, but I don't use them. I don't keep them active at all. They're inactive right now. I don't want to spread myself too thin. I really want to focus on this. This is the baby for Marie and I. This is what we do, and we're going to continue to do this. I don't know if I'll ever resurrect the other channels, although they're there, and they were alive for a while. But I said, I don't want to be a slave to this thing. I want to have fun while I'm doing. 2007. So you've been around. Just 2 years after YouTube started. They were February 14th of 2005. So Bob, you've just been doing this since July. So there's no reason why. You know what you're doing. You're changing. You're morphing, and that's good. Susan, you gave up pic of me to put on YouTube. Why would you put a pic of you on YouTube? What's going on with my sister? You have two super popular videos on how to set up Google Chromecast. Is that what that says? I'm sorry, Bob. I got equipment in front of my screen right now. Like I said, I got to clean up the studio. It's going to take me a little time. I didn't plan on going on live tonight. This was so not in the plan of things. This was just a test to see if everything was working. But you guys are great. Super popular. People sub because they thought I was a tech review channel, and you're not. Well, that's. Why would they think you were a tech person if that's not what you were selling? People think the wrong things. I think she means a profile pic. Thank you, Bob. Sometimes my sisters Dano told me how to upload a pic for YouTube tomorrow. Good night. All right, good night, Susan. She still didn't figure it out. Good night, Ann. Oh, God. Called Awkward Bob, LOL. DJ. I like that. You got a picture of your drone there. I like that. Stanley, you're back again. Night, Susan. You've been here all along, haven't you? Stanley, you're so quiet. You don't talk much. I got to know you're there, so you got to once in a while chime in on the chat, so I know you're still there. My sister got tired of trying to upload. I told you. Dano tried, but no, it just isn't going to happen. It just doesn't happen. Oh, she's too much, my sister. I love her dearly, but she is just crazy. She's such a crazy person. All right, guys, I'm going to end it for tonight. It's getting late, and I still want to do some tech stuff here. I enjoy you guys. Just make my night. I know you make Marie's night. I can't thank you enough, and hopefully you still join on Sunday because I got a bunch of stuff to share with you. I didn't share it with you tonight, so I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, all the viewers, thank you. Everybody who's out there that isn't chatting, please, always, always, always come on in and chat. Don't be afraid to chat. We have fun, and I have fun chatting with you, and I know the chatters, the viewers, have fun chatting with you, too. So if you haven't yet, like and subscribe and comment. Go to the people that are on this channel right now. Check out their channels. Support them. Show your support by subscribing, commenting, liking, and helping everybody get lifted up so that Utubia is a much better place for all of us. I don't have them in front of me, but of course, Stanley, DJI, DR40, all about the Smokies. I mean, there's so many that were on here tonight. Thank you. Adventures with Dano. Who else? Ozzy, the cockatoo. Brad, thank you. I know you're gone, but I thank you so much. Stanley just showed up again. He's right there, but he's been so quiet. Thank you, Stanley. Stanley Speed, and he's got a good channel too.
Stanley Speed is one of the first subscribers.
One of our first subscribers, and I won't forget that because you guys really believed in us, and I will continue to bring you good content with Marie. So until then, we'll see you very, very soon, like this coming Sunday, and pay attention to the videos. There'll be some more videos coming up from Marie and I. We'll see you very soon.